वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचारुणमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Sunny, you want to lead?
Om Sahana Bhavatu.
Om Sahana Bhavatu.
Nau Bhunaktu.
Sahanau Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam Karavavaha.
Sahaviryam Karavavahay.
Tejasvinavaditamastu.
Tejasvinavaditamastu.
Ma Vidvishavahai.
Mahavidvishavahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Asato Masadgamaya.
Asato ma Sadgamaya.
Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya.
Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya.
Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya.
Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Om Purnamida.
Om Purnamidam
Purnamidam.
Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate.
Purnat Purnamudachyate.
Purnasya Purnamadaya.
Purnasya Purnamadaya.
Purnameva Vashishyate.
Purnameva Vashishyate. Very nice, Sunny. Very nice. Okay. So we revised from last week class?
The last one.
Last one? Okay. We'll start from what did we study? Sasha?
So we talked about the front page
Uh-huh.
and what it actually meant,
Mm-hmm.
like the chariot's the body and the horses are the senses and the passenger is your body, the reins are your intellect, and the driver is your
Okay.
consciousness.
Good, good. So we will go line by line and just revise for 1 second, okay? Because this is most important thing that you guys need to know. You know, this gonna help you to make decisions. So that's why we have to, you know, dig deep little digger, dig little digger deeper and find out what it is, right? So let's go with. I will say the name, okay? You guys remember and tell me what are those symbol for, right? So you guys ready for the quiz? A pop quiz?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, let's do it. And guys, it's good to write in the notebook. If you don't remember, write in your notebook so you will remember when the pop quiz comes. It's going to be open book quiz so you can look into it. Right, Risha?
On the front
You ready? Okay. So we talk about the symbol of Gita right here, the chariot and the driver and everybody on the picture. So let's start with horses. So, Risha, what are horses symbol for?
The five senses.
5 senses. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about what is the driver symbol for and Sia. Right? Driver is? No. Think again. Driver is what?
What's the date?
Driver
I don't
is?
have my watch on me.
Driver is? Okay, let me see.
I think it's 13.
Ansh, can you say who is driver? Driver is?
The intellect?
Good job.
Cool.
So driver is the intellectia, right?
Sunday rolls.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm playing. Sunday's playing with the cheat sheet.
What?
Sunday's
That's okay.
playing
That's
with the
okay.
cheat
It's open
sheet.
book. It's open book. I know. It's called open book. Okay. Now let's say who is what is the chariot? Okay, I know a lot of people know. I will pick Nishi. What is the chariot stands for? I don't know.
The
Chariot?
Would be
us.
Us, like who us? Because there is consciousness and there is a lot of things, right? Body, mind, intellect. Okay.
Body.
Body.
I got it.
You got that? Okay, so Nishi said body, so I agree. Body. Okay. Right? Now let's check the lagam. What do you say, lagam?
reins.
The reins.
Oh, I know this one.
You have a cheat. You know all of that.
That's why I'm raising my hand.
Reins. Okay. Let me see. Risha already answered. Okay, Swara.
Mind.
Mind. Awesome. That's mine. Okay. Now let's talk about the passenger.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the passenger. The most
Did you not write
interesting
this?
thing, the
I
passenger.
did.
Exactly.
Okay, who did not get a chance yet?
Me.
Sean has like 2-3 times revision of this, so I cannot ask you.
Same. That's what I raised.
Jan,
Is it you?
who you?
Arjun.
Arjun, right? But who is that? Who you? Like what part of you is the passenger? You got it right, Javi. It is right. But what part of you? Like we already divided, right? Mind we divided separate. Intellect, so it's out of us. But what? The passenger. Okay. Sane hasn't said anything, so let's give a chance to Sane.
You, soul, consciousness, etc.
Consciousness. So the soul inside us, Janvi, that's the soul that keeps us alive. That's the passenger. You got it? So it's you. You were right.
Okay.
That's you. It was the soul that is inside.
That's
Okay.
what I was saying.
So now we have more quiz question remaining, guys. Don't think it's done. More quiz questions coming. So let's keep on going. Why didn't you write it last week, right? You all have a notebook to write it.
This is a new one, so I don't have it.
Oh, so you have to copy it to this one, right? When it comes. So okay, let's keep on. And Neil and you guys are for the first time, so guys, just listen to it and we will discuss more about it, right? So you just have to listen and how things are going, and I will try to catch you up with these things. Okay, so let's talk about it. So we talk about 3 important things that we have to take care of, right?
Oh.
That is most important for us to take care of. What were the 3 things? Out of these 5, what were the 3?
Middle.
Okay, Nishi, you want to go?
Intellect, body, and mind.
Not fun.
Okay, one is wrong.
Wait, no.
Body is going to be like, we have to take care of it, but there are 3 things that's going to be very much. Ansh, you want to go?
I think it was intellect, mind, and senses.
You got it.
I knew that.
So it was senses,
I'm
intellect,
gonna say body.
and mind. Okay, body you have to take care of it, right? You cannot not take care of the body. So, but these are the 3 that helps you make decisions. Your body doesn't help you make decisions, right? So senses, intellect, and your mind help you make your decisions. So these are the 3 important things. Okay, you guys are ready for next quiz? Question, Krish?
Huh?
Can we have one conversation rather than having?
Thinking.
Yeah, but Anil and I forgot your name.
Varsity.
Varshini. I have to always remember Varshini. So Neil and Varshini, I know you don't know about these things, but we will come back and I will teach you, okay, at the end of the class. So let's talk about what did we talk about senses? How can we help them manage them? So what was the thing that we talk about senses that we have to do with them to make sure that we can control them or we can manage them? See ya?
Train them.
Train them. Oh God, you are awesome. So training, and by training we make a habit. You got it. Okay. Now let's talk about in mind. We went mind next. So what's going to help us to use our mind properly? What was the one technique? Okay, Risha, you want to go?
Listen to your intellect.
No.
That's right, but how can we control our mind? Mind, do you remember?
I thought it was training, but
No,
okay.
that was science. Sense was training. What was the mind?
Go back to me.
Okay. Anyway, okay. Sia, you want to go again?
You have to know my.
Nine. Okay. Let's go. You go. Oh, you did. You were not raising your hand. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Who want to go next? Jani, you want to say again?
Lunch wants to go.
I thought it was training.
Okay. Sasha, you know what was mind? There was one word which I said. Krish and Sane, you put your heads down. Because okay, also I will let you know, but let me see if I can ask somebody else. So Sasha, you know anything about it? Mind, how would we control our mind?
It's not a word, but I know what
Like common sense.
What was the word again? I don't know.
Okay, I will. Should I give a chance to Ansh? Okay, Ansh.
Was it like you have to choose like the good over pleasure?
No.
Yeah, that was intellect. The intellect is making the decision. Mind is the thought, right? The thoughts, the feeling. Yes.
Wait, you can't stay in the past or the future,
Oh,
stay in the present?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's
Awesome. What was the name of it? Mind.
Sunny knows.
Mindfulness.
Fullness.
Mindfulness, right? You have to
Taking
check
a
your
check
mind.
every day. Every
Where did my
like,
pencil
You remember I gave you
5
exercise
times a
that
day.
5 times a day what you have to do?
check.
Check where you are.
Check if
where
you're
you are.
living.
Yeah, is your mind thinking the right thing or not? Is the mind in the present or not? Is it running towards the future or is it running towards the past and staying in the past? So you have to remember. So for mind, you have to be mindfulness is needed to control or to manage your mind properly, right? So when you think about it, you are going in the past a lot, you are going in the future a lot. That's not right. Be here now. So when somebody, the miracle happens when the person is at the point where they are doing the thing. So if you are playing, you are playing. If you are studying, you are studying. Your mind is not going everywhere to find, hey, you are having a book in your hand, but you are thinking, oh, you know what? Sane might be playing Fortnite. I should play Fortnite with him. Or Sane might be doing what, Among Us? I should do whatever it is, right? Or Sia might be thinking, oh, Risha might be playing with her dolls. I want to go and play. Or watch that show. What was that show we watched? H2O, whatever. So Sia can think of while having a book in their hand, they might be thinking that, right? Mind can go so fast, right? So that's what it is. We need to check whatever we are doing, we do 100% and we be there. So if you are in this class, guys, Sunny and Krishu, I will separate you guys.
What was the date?
What's the day?
Days
25.
20s. So right? Okay, Sia, what do you want to say?
So you have to stay focused.
Stay focused, right? So you have to be there right now, right? So in this class, if anybody is going to their house and coming back, stop going to your house and come back, right? You have to be here in this house right now.
Wait,
okay.
I thought.
Your mind, with your mind,
Oh.
don't keep running around, okay? You need to be in Solar Auntie's house in the living room right now. You cannot go everywhere else.
we can't go home.
You can go, but after the class, okay? So that's mindfulness. So you have to pay attention to where you are. So guys, it's very important. Whatever you do it with 100%. That's what mind will control you, right? The last but not the least, right? Let's talk about intellect. That's where we ended, but we did not fully cover the whole intellect part, right? So who's gonna give me intellect? Anju gave a little bit of it already. So intellect. Sunday, I will give you a chance.
Okay, good and pleasant. Like the good, so whenever there's a decision, there's always two options.
Uh-huh.
Like there's the good option and there's the pleasant option. And so the good option, an example would be like something to eat. No, something to eat. Or yeah, doing homework, whatever.
Give
I'll
me
just-
the good and pleasure
I'll just
on
take-
both sides.
Ansh's example. He said going to your friend's house or doing homework or studying for a test tomorrow. The good option would be studying for the test because it helps you more like in the future or like long term. But going to your friend's house would give you pleasure, so it's pleasant option.
Like you can think pleasant, pleasure, good equals right. Like
Yeah.
pleasant equals
Pleasure.
pleasures.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
good equals right.
That is so true. Okay, so intellect. Let's talk about it a little bit because this is very important. So, anybody, let's throw some situations where you fall into this path where you have to pick one path, good or pleasure. What would you pick? So, any examples that you came across and what did you pick? Yes,
Pleasure?
pleasure or good?
Pleasure.
Yeah, so any example? So there is one thing that you have to do, right? But there are two answers to it. Either you could do this or either you could do that. So one path would be always good for you and one path will be always that's going to give you a pleasure. So again, let me define a little bit good and pleasure for you guys. So good is so what happens is intellect gives you a goal, right? In the life, whatever our intellect sets the goal. Our mind, our senses don't set the goal. What sets the goal? Our intellect. So like, let's say today's goal, if you have that, hey, I'm going to play for 4 hours, but I'm going to read one book.
That's good.
Right? So those are, when you have a goal, your mind, your intellect says, this is my goal. That I'm going to read one book today. Right? Now your friend came over and you say, okay, I want to go and play with my friend, right? So you went there, that's what? That's happiness, right? That's a pleasure that you get. So you go and play with your friend for 5, 6, 7 hours and you don't come back home and you say, oh, I didn't read the book, that's okay. So you did not accomplish your goal, right? Which if you would have read the book, you would have gained some knowledge from that book, right? So what was good and what was pleasure? Pleasure was playing with your friend. Good was reading the book because you're going to gain some knowledge out of it, right? So whenever you have to make a decision, always make a decision towards the good, not towards the pleasure in your life. Now, right now you only have little decisions to make. But when you grow up, you're going to have so big of decisions to make, right? So we're going to give some examples like that. So Sia has an example. So what do you
I was just saying that if you're doing something at the same time, like if you're gonna do something, you should do the good one first.
Yes, yeah. You have to drop the pleasure thing. Pleasure will be very small happiness, but good will give you long-lasting happiness. Okay, Krish, you want to give some examples?
I have a perfect example. Okay, so waking up in the morning and starting to play video games like Fortnite or Among Us or something, or waking up in the morning and doing brush and taking shower and eating breakfast.
And starting your day right.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna, yeah. So
Or like get on
I will
YouTube,
tell you,
TikTok,
this
or
is
whatever.
what Krish and Sean does sometimes when they
Hey,
wake up.
I didn't do that today. I did
Yeah, I
shower
know.
today.
I'm just saying that what is pleasure and good. I'm giving you examples, so just hang on in there. So what they do, they get up in the morning and they directly go and start playing on their Fortnite or whatever. But for them, that's not good. The good would be if they do take shower, do their breakfast, do puja, whatever they need to do, and then they said, okay, do I have time for today to play? And then make a decision to play how much they want to play, right? Which they don't. So that's between pleasure and good. The choices that you need to make. Okay. Anybody has any other examples?
All my examples are based on what Bench said.
being
Yeah,
silly.
go ahead. You have nothing. Okay, Sunny, you have an example?
Waking, maybe you want to wake up early for school
Uh-huh.
or sleep, and like the good option would be to wake up at the normal time,
Uh-huh.
but like the pleasant option would be to oversleep, but the pleasant option gives you like maybe 30 minutes more of sleeping and feeling nice and cozy,
Uh-huh.
but then you miss school and get like a tardy or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, got it.
Or
That's all right.
You accidentally forget something because you didn't wake up on time.
Did not wake up on time, right?
Yeah. Let's say you forget your water bottle.
Yeah, that can happen, right? Many times happens.
Because you
Okay,
didn't have
Jamie,
enough
what
time
you want to
to
say?
make sure everything's
You have to finish
Or
your
the
homework,
Uh-huh.
but you play Minecraft.
Yeah, there you go. See, you keep playing Minecraft and not finishing the homework. That's wrong, right? Minecraft it was. Minecraft is it? Between good and pleasure, what is it? It's pleasure, right? And what is the homework?
World sandbox.
Good, right? So you know the differentiation of good and pleasure now, right? That's awesome. Okay. Okay, guys. So, I will tell you, when you come to these class, this is for good. What can you do rather than coming to this class?
Play for
Sleep, right? What that would be? Pleasure. So the class would be good. The staying home and not coming to the class would be pleasure. So now you guys need to make a decision what to come. You have to come to the social language class because that's good. Okay. So anyway, but that's how you make your decisions. That's very important that you use intellect. And last week I told you, and I want to revise this because it's very important. What happened is a lot of the things don't reach to your intellect. It automatically goes from senses to mind, and the decision is being made depending on your senses, what you saw outside, what you hear from outside, what you felt, you touched, what you did. So all these things comes from outside, and then we think, okay, this is what it is. And intellect has very few seconds to make or interfere in the decision. And usually what happens, it stays in default. And default is what? Whatever the senses and whatever the mind says, that's the default decision we make. Right? So we have to make sure we use intellect. So decision making has to come to intellect. That's what you need. Let the driver make the decision, not the horses, because horses make the decision. What's going to happen?
They're gonna go to the
eat the grass.
They're going to go for the pleasure part, right? Because animals will go for a pleasure, right? They don't have the mind to think about, hey, what to do, what is right, what is wrong. They will go towards the grass. Wherever the grass is, they will go. What happens if the reins doesn't go right?
Then
Right?
they'll go run off.
Then you don't understand math problems?
You will not, yeah, you're right. If the thoughts are not right, if you don't have the right thoughts, if you don't have the right feelings, what's going to happen is, again, you will lose the path of your goal, right? And the last thing is, if all the decision doesn't come to intellect, the driver, if the driver is not there who is taking us everywhere, then the driver we will lose the path. So when you make the goal, it is very important to let your intellect decide. So intellect is for making decisions, right? So we got that all going.
Yeah.
So Sia, you have a word to say?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it possible to train a horse for pleasure and good?
So if you train them for pleasure, very good question, Sia. If you train them for pleasure, you will get a little pleasure. You will get happiness, right? But what's going to happen is it's going to be very short-lived happiness.
And we'll get into that.
Right? But what happens is it will be always, you have to choose. So the path will be always good and pleasure. It will be always good and pleasure. So if you train your horses towards pleasure, what's going to happen? They're going to keep doing their pleasure. They're going to keep distracting you from the path of the goal. They will keep taking you the other way.
So you should
Always
train them.
train them
Do
to
you
the
get
good.
more happy when you accomplish your goal.
Right? We never should go against the pleasure. We can have enjoyment. It's not that you cannot play with your friends. It's not you cannot go out or sleep in or something. But you should, if you have that situation where you have to make a decision between two, then you always pick good. Good?
Yes.
Yes.
Not pleasant, good.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm writing examples of thoughts.
Uh-huh. That's awesome.
That's my goal.
That's good. So you got it? So not just in the Gita. It's not about the Gita. Anytime that you place a goal, think about this thing. All the time. Whenever you are doing a mindfulness, think about whether you are going towards the pleasure side or whether you are going towards the good side. Okay.
There
Yes.
was a question.
Yes.
What about, you know how you said books are good over pleasure of playing with friends?
Mhm.
What if you enjoy reading the book? Does that count as a pleasure, or does that count as both good and pleasure?
So it depends on the what book are you reading, right? If you are just reading a fantasy book or something that you are not gaining the knowledge, then it comes as a pleasure. Then it's better to go and do exercise with your friends and play some football with
Then
you.
you're doing some exercise and pleasure.
And right? So you guys, what's gonna happen is first thing you will have to know what good is, right? After when you have a choices, you have to make a decision of is it a good or pleasure. First you have to know the differentiation between
Yeah,
both.
because like if it's
Or-
your decision, then
You can
you're
say,
gonna
oh, this is-
that my thing is good and
Good.
the other thing is just pleasure.
Yeah.
So you can basically not differentiate.
Yes, very well. You have to differentiate. You have to have that knowledge of differentiating those options. Okay.
Why can you learn what pleasure is and then eliminate that first? Like you said, you have to learn what good is, right?
Yeah.
To know the difference, right?
No,
Why
you
can't
need
you
to-
learn what pleasure is
No, both.
instead?
Both.
Yeah, I know, but like
I just said good.
I'm just
because-
saying that it would be easier to learn what pleasure is because most people usually experience that more.
Yeah. But your mind and your intellect will tell you what is good and what is pleasure, right? Now you need to let your mind, your intellect say, right? Don't not let the intellect interfere in that decision. Let it do it. Okay. So this is what we say. So again, for your secular life or your spiritual life, this path will help you a lot. Okay. Let's go back to our chapter first that we were studying. Right. So chapter first, let me tell you something about it. So chapter first is divided into 4 parts. The first one is preparation of the war, right?
Second part is
Preparing of the war,
conscience.
sign of victory. Second part is sign of victory. The third part is introduction of our hero. Who is the hero in
Arjuna.
Arjuna and
Krishna.
Krishna. So introduction of our heroes. Then the fourth is confusion of Arjuna. So first chapter is divided into 4 parts. First is preparation of the
War.
war.
And then the victory.
What is this? Let's all do it. Preparation of the war. War. Preparation of the war. The second one is
The victory thing, I think.
sign of the victory.
Peace. Not a victory.
You're gonna do victory. V here.
Oh, V.
Sign of the victory.
Oh, V.
Okay, we got it. Sign of the victory. What is the third one? Introduction of
Confusion. Oh.
introduction of hero. Yay.
And then confusion.
And then the last thing is confusion
Confusion of the hero.
of Arjun's confusion. Let's do that. Arjun's confusion. Good job. Arjun's. Okay.
Okay.
One more time.
No. War. Preparation for the war. The sign of victory. Sign of a victory.
Introduction of
Hero.
heroes. Krishnamurti and Krishna Bhagwan and
Arjuna.
Arjun. And then the last one is
Confusion. What? Confusion of Arjuna.
Arjun's confusion, right? So out of
First
this,
was kind of weird.
the first thing, let's talk about preparation of the war, right? So what happened? Duryodhan started the
first
whole
one.
chapter started with
There's
Duryodhana,
this one.
right?
It's
So
the
Duryodhana is
bottom line.
Krish.
Wait, I'm just helping.
No,
Okay.
he can ask me to help.
What? But
He can ask me for help. So don't.
okay.
Okay. So what happened? First thing, what happened is Duryodhana is going around because he is nervous, insecure. So he's going around and saying, "Oh my God, you know, what's going to happen? Are you guys ready? Did we already, everybody do what I said? You know, remember we decided all the strategy last night that we're going to keep Bhishma safe, right? So everybody's going to do the same thing what we decided. So he's very nervous, he's very insecure, and he's scared with the army of Pandava that he's seeing, right? So he went around and he started saying this. Now Bhishma heard him being very insecure, because you know, Duryodhana know that inside heart of Bhishma and Drona is always
Good.
Pandavas,
Yeah.
right? Because they love Pandavas more than Duryodhana, because Duryodhana's team was very arrogant and they were not doing the things the right way, right? So they were not with them, but they have to fight for them because he was the king. Because he was the king, that's why they wanted to fight. So what happened is here in, so Bhishma, when he saw that he was so nervous and he is being insecure, so what did Bhishma say? Bhishma did not say anything. But what he said, he actually blew his shank really loud to just say, hey, I'm ready for the fight. Don't get confused. I'm in your team. I'm ready for the fight. That's what the sign Bhishma Pitama gave it to the whole army. Now, on the other side, Arjun's side, Pandava's side, nobody is discussing any strategy. They are confident. They know that we're going to be winning, right? So they are very confident and they are ready to do it. So in preparation of war, we can see both the teams seeing differently, right? Now, I will tell you, there are two kinds of people that we talk about, right? In preparation of war. Duryodhana at one side, the other side is Yudhishthira and Arjuna and everything. So you remember I told you what is the meaning of Duryodhana name?
Arrogant. Wait, no.
No, what was the name meaning? Duryodhana means?
Scared king.
No, what was it?
Terrible.
Guys, it was funny name. You cannot
I
forget
forgot.
about it.
Too bad king.
Donkey.
Dirty,
Oh, dirty fellow.
dirty fighter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Duryodhana means dirty fighter.
Let me write
right? You know Yudhishthira means?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of
king.
Yudhishthira? Truth, you're right. So the person, it's not true, but it is the person who's staying
Truthful.
steadfast, whatever the war of life comes, like whatever life throws at them, they stay steadfast, means they don't go really, they don't get scared or they don't get too excited, they don't get into sorrow. So that the person who stays stable in the war of life, that's Yudhishthira. So what happens in our life? How does this preparation of war helps us, right? Now I will tell you, we fight war every day. Do we?
Yes.
In our mind, right? So there are two kinds of war we fight every day. One is external fight, one is internal fight. External fight could be not every day, but it is there, and internal fight is there too. You know, yeah, see it.
What does external mean?
Yeah, I will tell you. External means
Outside.
outside our body,
Like with each other?
with each other. You got it. So there is an external fight. So external fight, I will tell you, there is a scientist, E.O. Wilson. He said that there is a species in this ecosystem that doesn't contribute at all to this ecosystem. Like you know ecosystem, it goes like circle round, right? Life cycle goes around, right? So in the ecosystem, this one species don't contribute anything. Do you know who that is?
Humans.
Wow, that's
He
awesome.
said already.
Who said?
Son.
Humans, right? They don't contribute anything in the ecosystem.
We destroy.
We destroy.
We
We don't
destroy the
contribute,
world.
And we
right?
take for ourselves.
So think about it, right? We don't even contribute anything. And if this species, he said next, if this species is being taken off from ecosystem, the ecosystem will work fine. There will be no problem.
It'll just
Right?
get better.
Let's just get better.
Let's get better.
Because
So
less
think about
pollution, less
You
more
remember
land.
we talked in the
less trouble.
first class. What is the purpose of human
Less
life?
trouble.
Right? If we hear this,
Less
what we will
Life
say?
changes.
Oh my God, we don't contribute anything. Why are we here? It's a depressing thought, right? Why are we here? We don't contribute in anything in
Yeah, let's
ecosystem.
do something big. Yeah.
We can take it as a depressing thought and just live our life and die and go away. Or
We can
Or-
invade Mars.
we can do something about it.
We
Good
can do
thing.
something good.
Invade
We can
Mars.
contribute to the environment.
Okay, so what can you
like
contribute?
or
Now,
like
this is,
control
guys,
all of animals.
can we have one person saying things? If I ask you, Sunny, would you sit in the classroom like this? Can we sit properly? Okay. So
I'm just gonna sit like this.
okay, good. So you know, we know human race doesn't contribute anything to ecosystem, right? So materially, we don't contribute it. So our purpose of life could be something that's more than material contribution, right? It could be spiritual, right? Or it could be something that our human body is made for, right? Not just the body, our human species is made for
Our mind, our
more
intellect.
than just contributing in ecosystem. So keep that in mind. When I talk about you for purpose of human life, don't just a lot of us did not have the answer when I asked you what is the purpose of our life, right? The first class when I asked you, nobody had good answers to that, right? But I want you to keep thinking about this, that there is a bigger purpose. Keep that in mind. It could be, I don't want to give you the answer, so we're not going to give you the answer, but keep this in mind. Your life did not come to just live, eat, and what? Eat and be merry, right? You have to do something, and that's something. What is that? We need to think about it, right? Yes, or get something, and it could be spirituality or it could be helping other people, right? But there is something that you got human life. There is a reason to it. So, right? This is the external war that we do every day. Now, let's talk about internal war. So, in our own body, when we talk about, there are like Duryodhan, there is Yudhishthir, but in our body, Duryodhan and Yudhishthir both are there. Now, Duryodhan is the one that takes pleasure over good, right? Duryodhan is what? All pleasure, no good,
Duryodhan's your senses. And
right? And Yudhishthir is the one who no pleasure, good comes first.
intellect.
Intellect. So now we make so many decisions where we have to make the decision, and sometimes Duryodhan comes over Yudhishthir, don't they?
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't it? Tell
A
me
lot of
one
the
time,
time.
and all the time, right? Duryodhan
Not
come
all,
over
but like a
Yudhishthir.
lot.
Most of the time, we go
Like
towards the pleasure.
99%.
99% of the time, right? So we need to make sure that we are doing, not following good, following good, not following the pleasure, right? So this is very important for us to that. So now, Saisha was saying that we need to know what is good and what is pleasure, differentiating them, and then following it. Those two steps goes then. When we fight internally, what we need to know is know what is good and know how to follow it. I know what is good, but I cannot follow it. Right? That could happen, right? I know this is the good path, but no, this looks more exciting. Let me go there. Yes.
You have to do the good first, then do the pleasure. If you're doing your homework, then after you do that, you can do your pleasure by playing Minecraft.
Yes, you got it. But first, always do good, right? It is right. Sean,
Get that redstone.
Sean cannot even think that we are playing Minecraft. He's not getting on that. Okay, so that life will throw challenges after challenges. Now you have to decide where to go. So again, going back to, we need to provoke our Yudhishthir in us, right? Rather than Duryodhan. We have to subside Duryodhan and make Yudhishthir fight our wars.
Make him the king.
Now again, preparation of the war. So I will tell you, hey guys, listen, beta. Don't come in the middle. Okay. So then, you know what you have to do? There is a saying, if you heard this saying before. More you sweat in peace. Have you heard this? We're gonna say it together one more time. More we sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. Have you heard that?
No.
Let's all together say it.
More you sweat in peace, the less you sweat, bleed in war.
Bleed in war, right? Okay, can anybody tell me what does that mean?
You sweat in war.
Okay, let's go. Nishi, you want to go? More you sweat in peace,
What?
less you bleed in war.
Does it mean like the more good you do, the less hard it'll be or something?
Okay, kind of. Saisha, you.
Basically, like, if you. I was gonna say, what did you say?
Sia, you want to go?
Is it like if you work hard in war, you make it easier? I mean, if you work hard for peace, it's easier in war.
Yeah, kind of. Very close. Okay, Risha.
Maybe if you're like patient, meaning the more you sweat in peace, like in war, it won't be that violent.
Yeah. Okay. Close. Everybody's getting closer. Sunny, you want to go?
Maybe. Christian, go first.
Go.
Okay, go, Chris.
Okay. So I think it might mean that so like the more you work hard to do like good, like or do good, then it'll be easier, and like you can be more like happy because it's like easier at the end.
Okay. Sunny, you want to
I
go?
think it's the war is more like like war, not actual war. Maybe the more in peace, like the more if you like do if you do good more, then it'll be less hard to like. No, when you like do more peace, as in if you do more good inside of you, then your war, as in the pleasure, will be easier to like overcome.
Okay, which one was? Okay.
I just
Okay, last we go with the.
Let's if you choose more good, like in the little things, like studying for a test or something like that, and then but like when like the big decision comes when you're like older, it'll be easier to pick the good over pleasure.
Good. Practices. Okay, let me tell you. More you do, more you sweat in this peace. Means when it is peace, when there are no challenges. More you prepare yourself for the challenge. Less you bleed, easier the challenge becomes.
That's what
Yeah.
Right? You got it? That was an easy one. More you prepare yourself when there is no challenge. Right? So, here the Anshu gave a really good example. When you have a test, right? More you prepare for the test, when you do the test, how easy it is?
Super easy.
Super easy because you know everything, because you prepared really well. So you don't bleed in the war. When the test, you're doing the test, that is a war. You don't bleed in the war because you studied really good in the test, in the piece before, right? You practice it more. Krishu comes and says sometimes the test was very easy. Because what? Why it is so easy and he is happy while doing the test? Because he studied. When he comes and he tells me the test was very hard, what do I assume?
But I still studied. No, but I still studied with you. You know.
Oh, okay. So this is what happens. So when you do preparing for war, what happens is you don't prepare for war on the day of war. You got it? You don't prepare for a war on the day of war. You have to prepare right now. So when you have to make big decisions like Ansh said in your life, you have to prepare for decisions right now. So slowly and surely when you start differentiating between good and pleasure right now, so when the time comes when you grow up and you have to make bigger decisions like whether I should take this job or that job, whether I should go and marry this guy or this girl, or I should go and live in this town or that town, or should I help this person or help that person? At that time, this good and pleasure will help you. But you have to start practicing it right now when there are no challenges. Right? You got it? Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do in preparing for war. That's what relate to us from chapter 1. Right? What Arjun did preparing for war and what we should be doing for preparing for war. Next thing was what? I know. What time it is? Oh my god, seriously?
Wait, what's the time?
4:40.
It's
Already?
I know. The time goes so fast. Okay, let's do sign of the victory. Come on. Then we're gonna say that sign of the victory in victory. So in slok 14 and 15, this show, guys. So look, if you guys talk to each other, then I cannot go fast. So can we concentrate on one? Okay. So then what happens is victory is what we have seen in the slok 14 and 15. It already shows that one thing it shows that when they started doing the Shank, the Pandava, all of them started doing the Dhutarashtra. It says on 14th slok that Dhutarashtra means all the Kauravas their heart was scattering. Means they were fearful when they heard Pandava blowing the Shanks. And the other victory is, it says that Arjuna has Hanuman on his flag. On the Rath, on his chariot, the flag was Hanuman. I wanted to tell this story why Hanuman was on the flag, but we don't have time right now. We will talk about it in the next class. Okay? So that's the sign of victory. So in the first chapter itself, it says who's going to win? Pandavas will win, right? It's already been said in the first chapter. So we already know that there are signs of the victory. Okay, let's start reading the 10th slok so that we can move on the next.
Wait, 20. We start from 21, right?
Yeah.
We're going to start from 21.
Right, 21. The slok's weird.
Alia, open the book,
These
Raja.
words. The first line of 21 is this. The third line.
21. Then number
Then
21.
Arjun starts speaking in the middle of the line and then the second line of 21.
Wait. When's 21 start?
So Kshetram Tadavakyam.
That's shake. What?
Oh,
Okay.
Rishikesham
Okay.
Tadavakyam. Okay, so that's the
Who is
first. That's
leading?
where it okay. And then
You are leading. Ready, Sane?
okay,
Come on.
go. So that's where
Okay.
it starts.
Rishikesham tada. Wait, how does it
Yeah,
go?
Rishikesham
Yeah, okay.
Tadavakyam.
Rishikesham tada vakyam.
21 is kind of weird. There's the third line of 20 is the first line of 21.
21.
Then Arjun starts speaking in the middle. So go to like slok 20 and the bottom line is the start of 21.
20, yeah. Because there's 3 lines in slok 20.
And do I pause after every
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. Four.
Rishikesh.
Okay, start. Go.
Rishikesham tada vakyam.
Rishikesham Tadavakyam
Idam ahamahipate.
Idam ahamahipate
Arjuna uvacha.
Arjunuvacha
Senayor ubayor madhye.
Senayorubayor madhye
Ratham stapaya chita.
Ratam stapayamechyuta.
Together.
Rishikesham
Tadavakyam Idam ahamahipate Arjunuvacha Senayorubayor madhye Ratam stapayamechyuta.
Yavad etan niriksheham.
Yavadetan niriksheham
Yodu kamanavastitan.
Yodu kaman avastitan
Kirmaya sahayodavyam.
Kirmaya sahayodavyam
Ashmin rana samudyame.
Ashmin rana samudyame.
Together.
Yavadetan niriksheham Yodu kaman avastitan Kirmaya sahayodavyam Asmin rana samudyame.
Yotsamana naviksheham.
योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहम्
एतेऽत्र समागता
य एतेऽत्र समागता
धृतराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धिर्
धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्
युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षव
युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षव योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहम् य एतेऽत्र समागता धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर् युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षव
संजय उवाच एवम् उक्तो ऋषिकेशो
एवमुक्तो ऋषिकेशो
गदाकेशेन भारत
गुडाकेशेन भारत
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् संजय उवाच एवमुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्
भीष्मद्रोण
प्रमुखतः
सर्वेषां च महिषितम्
सर्वेषां च महीक्षितम्
उवाच पार्थ पश्यते
उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान्
समवेतान् कुरुनिति
समवेतान् कुरुनिति
Together,
भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महिषिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् समवेतान् कुरुनिति तत्र पश्यत् स्थितान् भर्ता
तत्र पश्यत् स्थितान् पार्थ
पितॄन्नत पितामहान्
पितॄन्नत पितामहान्
आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन्
आचार्य मातुलान् भ्रातॄन्
पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा
पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा
together.
तत्र पश्यतान् पार्थ पितॄन्नत पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वाशुरान् शूद्रश्चैव
श्वाशुरान् शूद्रश्चैव
सेनयोरुभयोरपि
सेनयोरुभयोरपि
तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेय
तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेय
सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान्
सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान्
श्वाशुरान् शूद्राश्चैव
सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेय सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान्
कृपया पर्यविस्तो
कृपायोपर्यविष्टो
विषीदानयदमब्रवीत्
विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjunuvacha.
So all together?
Yeah. No. Read the
last line.
Arjuna Vacha line.
28.
Oh. Dristavemam svajanam Krishna.
Drishtevamam svajanam Krishna.
Yuyutsum samupastitam.
Yuyutsum samupashtitam.
Together.
Krupaya paraya vishto Vishidannidamabravit. Arjunuvacha Drishvemam svajanam Krishna Yuyutsum samupashtitam.
Yasya.
Siddhanti.
Oh, sorry. Siddhanti mamagatrani.
Siddhanti mama gatrani.
Mukham cha parishusyate.
Mukam cha parishusyati.
Yasya sti bhaktir.
Vepathus
What?
Sharidam.
Oh no, this is not a shlok.
Oh.
This is a shlok.
Vepatus tuscha sharir me.
Vepatuscha sharire me.
Romaharsascha jayate.
Romaharshascha jayate.
Together.
Siddhanti mama gatrani. Mukam cha parishusyati. Vepatuscha sharire me. Romaharshascha jayate.
Gandivam shramsate hastat.
Gandivam shamsate hastat.
Tvakjaiva paridayate. Tvakjaiva paridayate. Nacha saknyomi avashtatum.
Nacha shaknomi avastatum.
Brahmativa cha
Last
me
line,
mana.
Brahmativa cha me mana.
Together.
Gandivam shamsate hastat. Tvakjaiva paridayate. Nacha shaknomi avastatum. Brahmativa cha me mana.
So that's the 21 to 30 shlok, and it's 5:01. We already finished our hour. We couldn't even go through these shloks, but next week we will come back and we will actually explain these shloks, and then we will see if we will have time. Then we will go from 31 to 40. Otherwise, we will catch up with whatever remaining for next week. Next week, Nishi, can you revise it? Can you lead?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Nishi, you lead next week. What's in there? Okay, so the front shloks,
Thank you.
right? The initial shloks, and then Gita from 31 to 40, chapter 1. Okay?
Also, Mama.
Revise it.
No, this is one of the only times where Arjun actually talks in first person.
Yeah. That's why I say that. Okay, let's do that. What
No,
are the
Arjun
4
Vacha
steps
means
for the
Arjun.
chapter
I
first,
know.
and then we
And
will
like
leave.
Sanjay Vacha
Okay?
is talking. Yeah.
What are the first four division of first chapter?
Preparation of the war.
Victory.
Signs of victory.
Signs of victory.
Introduction of our heroes.
Introduction of our heroes.
Arjun's Arjun's confusion.
Good job, guys. Okay, let's do the last pratna. Vasudeva Sudhadevam Vansacharunamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Chandre Jagadguru
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo
sure if you don't have these shloks in your hand, write it in your notebook, please. For next time, it should be in your notebook. Okay.
Samadhi. So you know the third shlok? No, not Om the second one. We said, where is that? Because I
Asita
didn't find
Oma
it.
Saladina, it's in there too.
It's 10,
in
I
the-
think.
I think it's very early on the pages.
No, I think it's
After
number.
Manobuddhi
Yeah.
Ahankara.
So
Where
I
is
think
it's
it's
like page number
like
6. That comes first.
Which one?
I was
I
looking
said
on
Dhamma.
six.
Lama and
Yeah.
Buddhism.
I already
Give the book to me.
Yeah, on page 6 it's not there.
No, that's not. No, not in. It's a different book.
No, page 6. Just after the first.
Asita
Big
Oma
shlok.
Saladina.
Thank you.
So please write it in your notebook. If you guys don't have that in notebook, check, borrow the books here and write it right now before you.
No, it's like a Dadaji only thing.
Before I gave you the paper last time, right?
Yeah, right now.